down and ready to ride. One by one, billion by billion, and holding up half the sky. Raise your hand if you're ready and willing, if you know it's time. Time for a girl on time. Time for a girl on time. Time for a
Thank you, everybody. Hello. Thank you. It is indeed my birthday. I hope everybody is doing well today. I am doing pretty good. I have Tim Hortons coffee. I didn't have to steal any coffee. Chris Engleby, thank you. I got your message. I checked the front door. There's nothing there yet, but I will continue to look. In fact, somebody just came to the front door, but it's somebody else. It's not for me. Whatever. CRD loves tea is here. Hi, it's been a while. Wait, there it is. Hope you're doing well, Chris. Oh my God. Thank. Oh my God. Birthday bumps. Birthday bumps have a whole different meaning at different points in your life. Have a Coke and smile. Right? Thank you so much, Chris Engleby. I really hope that people are getting those memberships. Please make sure that you have gifting turned on. It is so sweet. Nice to see you. It's my birthday. Great day to come back. Thank you so much. Did we get new peeps coming? I can't see them. People got them. Yes. Birthday bumps when you're old is melanoma. I mean, depending on, yeah. Oh, depending on where you are in life, all these different things. But where I am in life right now is watching court with my friends. Oh, also, hold on. And Gecko Chaser, welcome. You became a YouTube member. Let me say thank you. Do. Can't get it right. Never quite can. Woo! Why, thank you so much. I really freaking love it. 29th birthday. So I talked to my dad today, and he was like, well, how old are you? And I told him how old I was, 36. And he was like, really? Like, he sounded confused. And I was like, yeah, aren't I? Like, do we have a difference of opinion upon the age? But no, he goes, I've been telling people you're 34. I'm like, well, if that makes you feel better, you can, but I'm not. I'm very positive. I just went through my 35 year, and I am now 36 years young, born in 1988. I'm pretty sure that's how it goes. That's how I feel. That's where I'm at. But you know how it goes. Everybody is different, as always. So maybe my dad has erased a few of my years. I don't know. But the good news is, although he does still think it's very weird that I watch court, and I was like getting ready for my for this live today. I was like, yeah, no, I'm good. I'm getting ready. I'm doing a few things. 88 in high school. Yeah, no, I was born in 88. Oh, and a Dr. Pepper in a Coke shirt. Yeah, I'm gonna drink a Dr. Pepper. I'm also gonna eat the Dr. Pepper Peak. I should be filming it into a short, but I guess what I'll do is I'll create it into a short afterward. I saw somebody else do the Peeps. I'm like, am I that trendy? Like, that's pretty exciting. Also, I'm just going to show off, hold on one more time before we get started, the absolutely wonderful gift that Cellulite Yoga Pants made me. This is a beautifully hand-sewn apron, and it has the, hi Hector, my favorite little spot up here for my vape pen. And it is so beautifully stitched and lovely. I just want to point that out again and say thank you because it is so nice. So nice. Deep, deep, deep pockets. And it's so pretty. Oh my God. We love it. We stand this. Thank you again. Did I try it? No, I'm going to try it on cam with y'all. Oh my gosh, what is Gretchen doing here? And Courtney, it has what is it? It's got a vape holder in the front, right? Because I normally put it in my boobs, and she sewed one in here, and it had a little note on there that said vape pocket. It was so great. Such a lovely thing. So thank you, Erica. Thank you again, everybody, for the birthday wishes. You can do me a solid favor. You can just go ahead and like the video as a happy birthday present. That would be so great for me. Also, I recently found out that I think my iron is low, and that's why I have really bad heartburn. Isn't that crazy? That low iron can cause heartburn? Who'd have thunk that? Oh, happy birthday. Thank you, Mikey. Hold on. We'll do it proper. Thank you. And thank you. Appreciate you. Busy as always. Getting us new DeSanto stuff. I mean, yeah. Anyways, where? Oh yeah, it's over here. So we are gonna watch court. I wonder what Gretchen's doing here today. I don't know. That's the plan, my lovely friends. Now that I'm old, I need Geritol for my iron. Heartburn can cause low iron? What? I don't understand. Anyways, I'm sure the coffee, the copious amounts of coffee that I drink don't help with the iron, but I'm going to drink them anyways. Also, yes, I will be trying Dr. Pepper for the first time today on stream. So look forward to that happening a little bit later once I finish some coffee. Anyways, love this because I can just whip down my top, and let's get going. Yeah.
Ayla. Good. Okay. All right. Good morning, everyone. I'm going to start the calendar today by finding out who's here. So I'm going to call your name. If I call your name or you're representing the person whose name I call, would you just please answer me if I don't recognize you on the screen? I'm going to start with Mary Julzan.
Julvason.
Julzan. There we go. I've got you on 2 cases, so I'll mark you down as here. Ioana McGowan.
I'm here.
See you logged in. Daryl Cooper. All right, not hearing Daryl Cooper. No. All right, Rebecca Hobson.
Here.
Okay, there I see you. And then I see that Rebecca Robert is here. We have counsel for her. Is that right?
Your Honor, we also have counsel for Ms. Hobson, Greg Landis.
Oh, you're here for Ms. Hobson?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. But I am not getting an answer from counsel for Ms. Robert, and I know that they put in a notice of appearance. No,
I'm trying to figure out what's on
no,
her
just
face
a
too,
notice of
Erica.
appearance for the petitioner. My mistake. Okay, so no answer from Rebecca Robert. All right, Gretchen Metz. I
Here,
saw
Your
you
Honor.
logged in. There we go. And then Thomas Herrick.
Good morning, Your Honor. This is Joe Rayberger. I'm counsel for Tom Herrick. I think Tom Herrick's on the line as well.
Okay, thank you. I've got you. We got your notice of appearance as well. Thank you. All right, Amy Penn.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and Donnell Armstrong. I saw, there he is, Mr. Armstrong. I see you logged in. Shannon Roden. Okay, thank you. And Sierra Yeager.
I'm here, Your Honor.
There we go. Thank you. All right, Flor Hernandez.
Cherries on her.
Are you're here for that matter? Okay. I'm gonna make one more call. Flor Hernandez. No answer. What about Juan Gutierrez Martinez?
Aquí, presente.
Thank you. All right, I'll probably have to take that case early in the calendar. Just a moment though. All right, David Johnson. Thank you. And David Benningfield. Is David Benningfield here with us? No. All right, and Ms. McGowan, you can mute your microphone until we call your case later.
Okay.
Levi Hart and Daniel Campbell. Do I see Daniel Campbell? All right, I don't think so. Okay, we have quite a number of cases here today. And I'm going to take them in an order, I guess, that makes sense to me, and we'll go from there. I want to start with Hobson versus.
What? Oh, that's such a parent thing to say. We're going to take it in an order that makes sense to me and nobody else. So you all can fuck off if you think. Do I really, Chris, have mail? I will go check, but I didn't last time I looked. I will go look, but also thank you. I'll go look while he continues to process this in a way that makes sense only to him.
Robert and Mr. Landis, I know you're here for Ms. Hobson. And that is number 24-7.
Oh, thank you. A late pass and a little gift. Thank you so much. Yay. It was your birthday recently too, wasn't it? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, I'm literally going to the front door. I'm going to look. Gonna look at the door.
5. All right, I'm going to make another call for Rebecca Robert. All right, no answer. Okay. So we have a petition here on behalf of Ms. Hobson for a protection order against Rebecca Robert. There was no temporary emergency order granted in this case. I think, if I'm reading this correctly, that the petitioner has obtained service on the respondent. Is that right, Mr. Landis?
Yes, Your Honor, that's correct. That occurred last week.
Okay. Was that on? The signature of the process server is the 22nd, so on Friday?
It was on Wednesday.
I believe it was on, yeah, when the actual service was on Wednesday,
Okay.
20th.
Gotcha. All right, so then I guess you have a choice here of how you'd like to proceed with this. So there's been no response yet. Guess we're at 9:12 here, and the time of the calendar was 9 o'clock. All right, do you want me to reset this to a later calendar and you can attempt to give her notice for that calendar?
Your Honor, I think Your Honor has authority to grant at least a 2 basis. And given the fact that the defendant was not only served by a professional process server last week, but also that my client notified defendant by text message previously to that and got no response whatsoever to that. Under the circumstances, we would think that a 2-week protective order would be in place, would be appropriate, and then another hearing could be set at the end of that period.
Okay, Judge Meyer already heard that petition for an emergency order and denied it. And there aren't any other facts or new facts alleged since Judge Meyer made that determination. So that's the law of the case. So there won't be an emergency order. However, I will reset the case in order for you to attempt service on her again.
Beverly, thank you so much.
If that's Your Honor's
Look at these
decision,
fucking glasses.
I would hope.
Okay, and I'll check with the clerk. And then am I correct that the small claims case between the parties is still pending for trial?
Yes, Your Honor, that's pending on this Friday.
They're the ones that the
This
llama.
Friday, okay,
the llama
so I'll
put down,
probably
right?
see
The
both of them
llama?
then. All right. All right, so let's look for we do these every Monday at 9 a.m. or the calendar commences at 9 a.m. So what do we got, Kayla?
I gotta learn how to lower them down onto. Thank
But
you,
we're
Beverly,
not
by
gonna
the way.
set those
Beverly,
unless we check the
thank you.
calendar first and see how much is already on there.
Yes.
It was a non-drama llama, right?
Okay. All right, how do you feel about April 1st?
That'd be fine, Your Honor. Let me check with my client to make sure that works for her.
Deal with
Sure.
it last.
Yes,
Okay, so April 1st then?
yes.
Okay,
Oh,
so
and
we'll
Chris-
reset the matter to April 1st at 9 a.m. And I guess we'll also be seeing the parties here on Friday for small claims.
Yes.
You already,
Right, Your Honor, thank you.
Thank
Okay,
you.
Thank you, sir.
you can get it, in.
All right, the next matter I'm going to call is Metz
Judge.
versus Herrick.
It is my birthday and you're interrupting me.
Yes, Metz, Mr. Raber. This is number 24-76.
Drinking this coffee.
Yes.
Okay, and as a preliminary matter here, you may have other preliminary matters too, but my preliminary matter is in reviewing the petition. It looks to me like this case could very well be a property dispute and not a anti-harassment situation. And if that, of course, were to be the case, the district court wouldn't have jurisdiction to hear and decide that issue. That would have to be done as a different kind of action in the Superior Court. So that's my preliminary issue, and the parties may have others. Certainly, if you want to, Mr. Rayberger, do you have any preliminary issues?
Well, I guess thank you, Your Honor, Joe Rayberger for Thomas Herrick. If the court was inclined to take up this petition today, I think we filed a motion to continue this. I don't know if you've got a proof of or return of service in your file, but Dr. Herrick was only served Thursday afternoon just before 5 p.m. So we just were made aware of this. There are certain allegations regarding past events within the petition that I think the court would benefit from some additional details and perspective on if you were going to take this up. There is prior litigation between the parties, and I'll note that those involved orders of anti-harassment entered against the Metzes and in favor of the Herrick family. As you know, there's a shared access road here. There was also litigation over a spite fence, which then was required to be corrected. So I think there is some additional context here. We've requested
A spite fence? Oh, I have to be wearing my deal with it glasses when you are talking about a spite fence. Oh my God. I've heard about, it's not a spite fence I've heard about. Maybe, is it a grudge fence? Also, CRD, I know you can now get like Tim Hortons coffee on Amazon delivered in the United States of America, because I have made some people try it now. And I think they even have the K cups for it. But I'm a heavy addict now. I've switched over basically to only drinking coffee at home. I do pour over, and I drink about too many of these a day. But I drink a lot less of them. Like, I waste a lot less because of my Bubba mug, hashtag not a sponsor yet. But it keeps it so warm. Anyways, so yet again, these fucking old people and their property disputes, what we have to say about that, deal with it. I gotta figure out how to properly like lower them. I gotta get back up on my memeology. Your cousin in Calgary owns a few Timmy's franchises. Oh. Damn. That's pretty sexy. I don't know. Spite houses. That's what it is. A spite house. Yeah, but I never heard of a spite fence. And thank you guys for the birthday wishes again. I really appreciate it. Also, if you're here and you don't want to hear me talk, this is not the night for you. Come back another night.
public records request for the incident report.
Hold on. A friend of yours owned the Swiss Chalet franchise. Swiss Chalet has left the island where I live terribly without it. Maybe there's one up island, but I've never driven up island for Swiss Chalet. Here's how much I want Swiss Chalet. When I flew to Florida, I routed my trip through an airport, and that airport happened to have a Swiss Chalet, and I basically like trekked across an airport to find that Swiss Chalet, and it turned out to only be like a takeout Swiss Chalet, which was really not what I wanted, but it was fine. It did the trick a little bit. Shadow Night Wolf, thank you so much for being here. Love ya. But here's what I used to get at Swiss Chalet that used to make me really happy. The buns, the gravy, a little bit of chicken. I would make my own little chicken sandwich, dip it in the gravy. Oh, in heaven. In heaven. There's no Swiss Chalet nearby here. Like, there's no way to get any here. I can't get it now. So all I can think about is how sad that is. Hey, yo, T-Rex, thank you. It is my birthday. Do. Look at these new glasses I got. I'm like a fucking living meme. Deal with it. They're fucking cool. Oh, thank you so much, T-Rex. You know what? I am having a better day now. I am having quite a nice day now. Thank you guys for indulging me, for helping me. It's only been 36 times that I've gone through this birthday thing. So, some people do that, other things, many, many more. You don't like Swiss Chalet, but if you were, Lana, You have 2 of them over in Nova Scotia. I was talking to my dad today. See, when I go visit my dad, the first thing when I went and visited my dad, I was like, "You have a Taco Bell?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Dad, it's a real Taco Bell." He's like, "Yes, Paisley." I'm like, "It's purple." He's like, "Yeah, that's what they are." And I had to remind him. I like shook him. I'm like, "Dad, don't you know where I'm coming from? We don't have a Taco Bell. We have a Taco Time. It's a sham. It's a sham." So he was like, "Okay." I'm like, "I'm gonna be driving myself to Taco Bell quite a bit, just saying it." Thank you. Happy birthday, Loch Ness Monster. Okay, let's play this, girls. I'm not gonna get through it, damn it, Paisley.
Surrounding this one, and we'd want to make sure the court has that full information before the court takes this matter up.
Okay, and I do have your motion to continue that was filed on Friday, noting the service, the basically it was short service. Okay, so on that issue, Ms. Metz, which is the motion by Mr. Rayberger to continue the case, do you have any position on that?
Well, Your Honor, I do feel that I would really appreciate having the protection and anti-harassment order also continue then. And I also have additional evidence, and I do not feel that this is at all a matter of property.
Oh, she's got that sneaky old lady voice, doesn't she, Alana? I don't think we have Sonics here. No, definitely not on the island where I am. No Sonics here. Also, CRD loves tea. Yay, you bet. Girly Pop, happy birthday, Girly Pop. Happy birthday, Girly Pop. Thank you. You guys are amazing. Look at the side eye that Juan is giving right now, by the way. Look at the side eye that Juan is giving right now, by the way. Oh my God. He really does look like Russell Peters. When I go to Texas again, because I will go to Texas again soon, I will go to Sonic. I did not go to Sonic last time. It's on my list. I have a whole list of America that I want to see. It's really long. It's one of my longest lists. But maybe you know what, Alana, there might be one in BC, but the island is so separate from the rest of BC. Like, it's as if I'm going on vacation. I've been to Chicago one time. I went walking around at 3:00 in the morning downtown Chicago. People got real mad at me. Like, people that I knew, when they heard that I did that after. They're like, "Why?" I'm like, "Because I wanted pizza." And they're like, "By yourself?" I was like, "Yes, by myself. Because I'm an adult woman and I'm allowed to get pizza at 3:00 in the morning if I want to." And yeah. It was delicious. And everyone was nice to me. And I'm very nice and I'm very, whatever. But we did get back, and that weekend when we left Chicago, there was, I think, 71 shootings that weekend. So maybe I shouldn't have. I don't know. It was fine. I'm fine. I would go to Chicago again, too. I really liked Chicago. I mean, I was probably in not the safest areas. I was buying drugs. So, I mean, allegedly.
It is the fence that was involved in this particular incident was on our property. And as a result of all of this, I am having to have the entire fence replaced at considerable cost.
I've been to Boston too. I've traveled quite a bit. I'll tell you that. But I went to Boston for a guy.
It certainly isn't going to cost Mr. Herrick anything. So I would wish that,
Ms. Metz, I'm going to ask you to focus on my question, which was the request by Mr. Rayberger, which is to continue the hearing so that for the reasons that he gave, so that he can get prepared for it. Do you have any position on that?
I would just request that, yes, that is fine with me, but I would appreciate it if the protection and anti-harassment order could continue as well.
Okay, there was not an order granted by this court. If there are any orders by any other courts, they're unaffected by this decision.
Okay.
So, Mr. Rayberger, how much time did you think you needed for this? You're still muted.
Thank you. I don't think we need much time, Your Honor. I haven't conferred with my client about his availability. I know I'm unavailable the week of April 1st, so anytime after that.
The next one was the 8th, right? Okay, how about April 8th?
My only concern would be getting documents pulled entire for us to file those a week before the hearing. So which would mean we would need to get those in this week. I don't have any concerns about the 8th. I think we can get that done.
All right. All right, well, let's do that then. We'll reset the matter to April 8th at 9 a.m. All right, there's not any need for any further service between the parties since you're both present here and you're both getting notice of the future hearing date on April 8th at 9 a.m. Of course, it would be helpful for both parties if you're able to exchange any evidence or information as far in advance of the hearing as possible. But I understand that with public record requests, you don't necessarily know when you're going to get those. So I'll just leave that to the parties.
Thank you.
All right, we'll see you here on April 8th then.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Okay, and I'm going to make one final call for Florida Hernandez. All right, there is no answer. That's the petitioner in 24-79, Florida Hernandez. And Mr. Gutierrez is present, and I'm going to have Mr. Gutierrez, I have an interpreter here who's going to help you. So, Mr. Gutierrez, the petitioner has not appeared, so the petition will be dismissed.
So, hoy la demandante no se ha presentado, entonces se va a retirar la orden.
Okay, do you have any questions about that, Mr. Gutierrez?
¿Tiene alguna pregunta?
You're muted.
Oh,
Yo,
exacto. ¿Tiene alguna pregunta?
no tengo nada por preguntar.
No, I don't have anything to ask.
Okay, then you're good to go, sir.
Puede irse.
Bueno, muchas gracias.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm innocent.
All right, so that petition is dismissed.
Puede irse, mi hermano.
We dismiss your honor.
Oh, absolutely. If you don't have another case. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Come on, Judge. Judge, this is not Judge buffering. I think it is Judge buffering, but look at him go, taking so long.
for 2 weeks in order for you to be able to get service on them. Or you can dismiss the petition, but it's entirely up to you what you'd like to do.
I'd request an extension, Your Honor. I've made several attempts to contact law enforcement, and I haven't received any confirmation back. So maybe it's just a matter of them not having time.
Could be. Which agency are you working for?
I've been working with the Olympia Police Department. That's it. I've contacted them at least 3 separate times, and unfortunately, I have not received any feedback yet.
Okay. Well, I will extend your order then for another 2 weeks. I will have a hearing on we've got that on here, right? April 8th. I'll put it on here then. April 8th.
Is that a big man wearing coveralls
9 a.m.
in the living room? And also, where's the camera? Hi, Billy.
So we'll check in again with you on April 8th.
All right. Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome. And that leaves us with a few cases where both parties are present. I'm going to take those cases in this order. I'm going to call the cases where a temporary order was issued, and we'll have a hearing on those. And then I'll call cases, I believe there's one where no temporary order was issued, and we'll hear those. All right, so let's start with Mary Julvason and Joanna McGowan, number 24-73. And can both of you hear me okay? And
yeah. Yes.
Ms. McGowan,
Yes, sir.
All right, so what I'll do is I'll tell you, just sort of outline for you how the hearings will go, and this applies to everybody. So at the beginning, I'll swear the parties in. Then the petitioner, that's the person who filed this case, gets to go first. They can tell me their side of it, why it is you think that you should have an anti-harassment order. After the petitioner's done that, then it'll be the respondent's turn. Same thing. You'll tell me why it is you don't think there should be an order, or respond to any of the allegations against you. Keep in mind that everything that you have filed in this case, including the statements you made on the petition and any other supporting evidence that you filed in this case, is already part of the record of the case, and I'm already familiar with it. So you don't have to repeat everything that's been said before, but you can point out to me any of it that you think is important to your case. After I've heard from both of you, I'll make a decision as to whether or not to grant an anti-harassment order. I'll explain why I make that decision. I'll just ask that during the time the other party is telling me their side of the case, just listen, don't interrupt them. Even if you think they're not saying things accurately or leaving things out, or if they're not telling me the truth, just keep in mind that you either have just told me your side of it, so I already know your side, or in a few minutes, you're going to get to tell me your side, and then you can tell me your version. So there's likely to be points of disagreement. I expect that, and you should too. All right, so we'll get started here. So can I have the two of you raise your right hand, please? And do both of you swear that the testimony you give in this case will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes.
Okay. So, Ms. Julvason, you are the petitioner in this case, and you get to go first. So go right ahead.
Okay, and I might have to, my chihuahua only barks at the worst time. So if he starts to bark too loud, I'll go put him in the room. So just to let you know, I do suffer from generalized anxiety. So things like this, give me great anxiety. So please be patient with me as far as me trying to let you know what's going on. So I've lived at Quartzsite Apartments, which is on the west side of Olympia. I've lived here, moved in 2018. I'm a single mother, so my son was 4 when we moved in. Okay, so now he's 9. Anyway, I say that because I did include him in the paperwork as a minor. Unfortunately, over the last 6 years of living at Quartzsite, it has been horrific in so many ways, but I won't go into detail on all of those things. However, I do believe I live on the 3rd floor above 2 of the most violent criminals that you could live above. Now, I've worked with the police department. There's not really working with the management here. The management doesn't do anything, but I will try to stay specific as much as I can to Joanna. Basically, I really, at this point, just need to be left alone, and my son needs to be left alone. That includes her hanging her head out her window constantly. I'm saying horrific things that I would not say right now to everyone because they're so offensive, to the point where I have, witnesses from my church who come visit me. We're talking delivery people, anybody. I'm on the 3rd, she's on the 2nd, and it's just constant harassing of either me and my son or somebody that's visiting us. And again, that includes horrific language. But what I really want to share with you today, because when it is Joanna's turn to talk, I mean, all you can do in this case, it's like a he said, she said, right? That's why it took me 6 years to file this. I worked with Sergeant Henriksen of the OPD, and he was the one who convinced me to finally do restraining order because it's been 6 years of this. But I have to add, and then I will be done. But the worst part of it all, and this started from the beginning of like 6 years ago moving in, is for whatever reason, and like I said, she can say whatever she wants when she talks to you, but all I can say is, this is lies, is the worst lie out of all the lies she's ever said to anyone about me is spreading a horrible, dangerous statement, letting my neighbors in Quartzsite who aren't that, are dangerous anyway, telling them that I'm racist. And I want to say no from the bottom of my heart. Okay, I did grow up in a educated home. I went to college. Point being, like, I don't have a racist bone in my body, and I say that because it's important. Because number 2, I have never once used the N-word in my entire life. I think that is so wrong. And now what Joanna has done, and I won't go into all the specifics, but she went to my place of work years ago to tell my manager that I'm racist and I say the N-word. So that was crazy. And then over the last year or so, she's done it so much that I've gotten assaulted because of it. And then, I know this is a separate case, but I just want you to know she is linked with Daryl Cooper. Okay, I know he's not present. He's the other protection order, and that was very serious because he, opened the door and said, "I'm going to kill you. I'm going to beat your ass." Sorry to swear. And so that's when Officer Hendrickson's like, "No, enough. He threatened your life. You need to take a protection order." And then that's when I asked him about Joanna. I said, because Daryl Cooper happens to be an African American. And when Joanna is spreading these lies, whether she believes it's true or not, what I'm telling you, Judge, is very dangerous for where me and my son live. We've gotten told, oh, I hope you fall off the balcony and die. It's just so scary. At the end of the day, I'm going to do my best, to try to move from courtside, as it's a very scary place to live. As a single mom with a 9-year-old, my son has seen, and I will end it with this. And this is why I'm scared physically, okay? Emotionally, of Joanna McGowan is on September 30th, and I believe it's still an ongoing case. There was attempted murder of my neighbor who I shares walls with. I had to take video footage of this because my apartment manager, oh, did you get it on video? Anyway, I have PTSD from what I saw that night. She basically almost bludgeoned this man to death. And I have, footage. The cops were working with me. Anyway, it was horrific. But the worst part is that my son had to witness it. Just like, I'm not going to talk about the Daryl Cooper stuff right now, but just like what's going on with him. So at the end of the day, all I want, and I know she will get on here and say horrible things about me. She has from the beginning, but I would think she would agree with me when it comes to we don't want each other in our lives. So all I want is, to be left alone, not be yelled at out the window, not her harassing, my friends, my church and delivery people. Just leave us alone. And especially, I'll say, please do not talk to my child. That's my child. And he's scared of this woman. So all I can say is I have gone back and forth with how I've been treated. So meaning sometimes I'm like, oh, should I, yell back and engage? I don't think that's a good idea. Sometimes I've, had enough and like, just want them to leave me alone. But for the most part, I try to just ignore. And then it just continues to happen. So anyway, I do think she is a dangerous person. And I really think the protection order will be necessary. And Officer Henriksen said, yes, she could get mad or something. But at the end of the day, it protects you, because if and when she does harass you.
This lady makes no sense, but I know what makes sense. Thank you, Hayden Harris. Oh my gosh, and the PP. Oh, we love PP. Nashville, thank you so much. Appreciate you so much. Oh my gosh. Wow. You guys, what is Donnell doing? I need to know. I want to put my camera down on the floor like that, but my house is not ready for that angle of shot. It's just not ready for that right now, and I'm fucking confused. This woman does need to be brought back right onto the topic here. Donna, oh, look at this. Thank you so much. I hope somebody got it. Thank you so much. Yesterday we did story time in members only. It was fun. Donnell does look like he's enjoying the story. And seriously, thank you again, Hayden. Wonderful. But we want all the angles. Thank you again, Donna. Oh man. Also, if you were putting up at 8, like for 6 years of this, would you put up with that? Would you like it? And she's just alleging some pretty serious things, some really serious things. So we'll see what happens. What do we think the judge is leaving? Well, actually, we'll have to see what Joanna has to say. Oh, Joanna. What a name. You wanna? Like, Jesus Christ.
Verbally, then there's something there, right, on file that I can call and say, this is what happened. And so anyway, that's it was Officer Hendrickson who convinced me to do this. So that's all I have to say. And then, like I said, whatever she says, it's going to be, I would love to mute it because I've heard all the lies she said about me and they're horrific. So she's probably going to go ahead and do that. But it's like, stop. You're calling me racist in a neighborhood that is very unsafe for people to think you're racist. So I am very, I don't want to live. I'm trying to move, but until then, I don't want to be a sitting duck, or I don't want to be scared. And my son is so scared, by the way. And just the other night, Joanna was standing outside, like her arms crossed, staring at us as we were gonna, parallel park. And my son's like shaking, crying, "Mom, mom, mom, can you please park somewhere else? Mom, 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 can we please go somewhere else until she goes away?" So anyway, I just want her to leave us alone, and that's all.
All right, Ms. McGowan.
How are you doing this morning, Your Honor?
Outstanding.
Okay. I do not disagree with the protective order. I would actually like one myself. I have reached out to my apartment complex for years trying to get Mary's last name. I was told due to HIPAA laws by my manager that she wasn't able to give me that information. I wasn't privileged to a fashion to be able to get her last name. I have been trying to get a protective order against her for years to stop the harassment against me. We were told by our apartment manager to just put.
Does she have two teeth at the front there that appear to be what metal would they be? They'd be a metal, some type of metal. Also, yeah, HIPAA is healthcare. And did you make a motion is the right question here, CRD. Did you make a motion? But here's the thing. All the judge had to hear at the beginning and all we needed to hear was, I agree with the TPO. Perfect. Put in place. Peace out. A-town. That's it. What is going on down here? And 2 gold teeth. You think they're gold? Really? Do we think they're gold? Could they not be brass? Yeah, HIPAA. My apartment management team would not release any of my medical information. And they are, those are amazing. You guys think they're gold? It's a nephew. He has arrived. I have not met him. My sister is still recovering. It was an emergency C-section. So she is still recovering. But I will be seeing her in the next few days. And him, the little boy, I don't know his name. Maybe she just doesn't want me to release the name publicly, which I would not have done anyways. But I don't know it, so I can't tell it. You think the teeth are the bad lighting? A nephew. I know. I'm so excited. But we'll call him Baby Plaid, yes. And he's Baby Plaid. That's probably going to continue to be his name forever on the channel. We Baby Plaid. Because, of course, he's not ever going to go on the channel. My sister, she's not watching, but I promise I won't put Plaid on the channel with his face. But I will use the back of his head as long as he's unidentifiable. And you're not around. Paisley has a nephew named Plaid, right? What do we need next? Spiral. Ooh. Actually, Spiral's not a bad name. Spiral. I like Spiral.
Take videos of any incidents that were involving her. As a matter of fact, everybody in the community has.
Funny, for some reason, I still go with my married last name, which I'm not married anymore, obviously. But I still like when I put I don't know. That's funny. Actually, never mind. Never mind. How about gingham? Polka dot. Tweed. You guys are already making her have more babies. She's barely got this one home. She hasn't even got this one home. They're still at the hospital. Chris, thank you again so much. As always, you don't even know, dude. You've literally extended my lifespan with coffee. Extended it with coffee. Thank you. I love you.
Been doing it. She's actually used her First Amendment right to picket the apartments. The apartment manager reported that, called the Olympia Police Department to see if there was anything that they could do about her and her derogatory comments on her poster board as she was picketing. I am not a violent person. The case that she's mentioning with Casey, he assaulted me in my house. I defended myself. He has charges that are pressed against him for 2 assaults. All I want to do is to have a comfortable, peaceful life. I'm not harassing her. I have went through the community and got multiple letters of witnesses that see her kicking my door to set my dogs off on purpose. The security guard that she mentioned in her paperwork, I have a video of her cursing and screaming at him because she wanted him to tell me to close my window in the summer, and it was hot. Me sticking my head out the window is not to harass her. It's to stick my head out the window and get some fresh air. By no means am I trying to harass this woman. I am totally in agreement with the protective order. I would just like it to be a two-way street so that she doesn't have this order and feel as though she can continue to harass me and try to put me in a position to be in trouble. The last thing I want is to have any legal difficulties. And so I would appreciate if this protective order was in effect, but both ways. So she can no longer contact me, harass me, or make her derogatory remarks regarding me and my household. I'm also a single mother. And it was just 3 weeks ago, Your Honor, she was outside saying, well, that's why your daughter got murdered, trying to instate some kind of reaction in me so that she could get what she wanted, which was a reaction. And that's what I'm not giving her. And that's upset her even more, I think. But I don't appreciate.
Hold on. Did she just? Also, Cellulite Yoga Pants is an excellent sewer. Is that what it's called? Seamstress? Tailor? Artist is what it is. But what is this lady talking about? Was one of her children unalived? That's terrible. That's really terrible. I can't get over her teeth. Oh dear. Paisley, you're a bad person.
Being persecuted and falsely accused of heinous crimes and called a convict and a criminal. And regardless of how she feels about this community, I live here and I enjoy my life here, and I don't think it's such a bad neighborhood.
Oh, we will never forget, Brianna. Birdie, we still think of Birdie and her therapy from that case. Oh. We should check and see if Andrew's published anything lately. That's what we should do next time. That's what I'll do for my next members only, actually. Actually, that's a great idea, Brianna. Next members only, I will try and do a little looky-loo, a looky-loo-loo, a looky-loo-loo. Yeah, stitch your witchers. I like that. Seamstress is good. What do you like, cellulite yoga pants? I failed sewing class. We've talked about this in school. I failed. Who are we believing so far, by the way? Who are we believing? Is it Joanna or the other girl? The one who left because she didn't want to hear these lies.
And if need be, Your Honor, I do have these letters and video evidence that I could bring to the court. I was wanting to come to the courthouse today for this hearing, but I saw in the paperwork it said I just needed to do the Zoom. But I'm more than willing to bring whatever I have to Your Honor so that I could also get a protective order.
Okay.
Ma'am, you're too late. Fletcher boy. Do, 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 do. Thank you, thank you. Just not late for dinner. Just don't call me late for dinner. I'm gonna do so much good cooking in this apron. And you know what? Tomorrow, I may indeed be doing a cooking stream from in the kitchen. Yes, you heard that right. Why, you ask? That's a long story. I'm not quite sure so much myself yet, but I just realized that's a solution to my problem. But seriously, I don't think that this lady understands how it works. She can't just ask for one and get it. That's not how it goes. Not how it goes. Oh,
Then
wait, if we're also at 1337, that's really good. We are getting close to 1340, which is close to 1350, etc., etc., etc. Thank you for subscribing. It's free.
what I am going to do is I am going to grant the order. And Ms. McGowan, if you would like to petition for your own order, you're certainly welcome to do that.
Thank you, Your Honor, because now I have her last name. That was all that I needed to be able to file myself. So, yes.
Yeah, you said it. You can bring those things to the court and file them yourself. You know where the courthouse is, and the court clerks will take that from you. But for now, I'm going to issue the order that Ms. Jolvazen's requested, and that is just going to extend for the next year until March 25th of 2025. It's the same terms and conditions as the original order.
Okay, and Your Honor, I just have one favor to ask, please, sir. Could you let her know that this order does not give her permission to harass me?
Okay, well, I think she just heard you.
Okay, that's what I really wanted her to know. This protection order works two ways. I want it, but that doesn't allow you to harass me or to try to put me in a position to get in trouble, because you can't speak to me either. That means you can't be within 100 feet of me either.
Miss McGowan, I think you probably need to save that for your own case.
Yes.
So that'll conclude your case for today, Ms. McGowan.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. And then
is there a time limit?
What's that?
Is there a time limit for me to get my stuff together? Okay.
You can do that. You can do that anytime you want. The courthouse is open every day.
Okay.
All right, and then Ms. Jolvazen, if you're still here.
Yeah, she was actually.
Yes, I am.
Okay, just extending the since he was served and has not appeared.
And sorry, you cut out real quick. Are you talking about Daryl?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
There's proof of service here and he hasn't responded to that. So I'm going to extend the order that was previously issued for a year.
Awesome. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
Who wants to bet that Ioana doesn't file the paperwork? I'm guessing that she doesn't. Ooh, that's a deep cough though, Ioana. Ioana. Ioana.
Okay, thank you both.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay.
Are we allowed to leave now?
Yeah, you're good to go.
Okay, thank you.
All right, the next case will be Amy Penn and
She
Donnell
did
Armstrong.
leave.
All right, this Penn's here in the courtroom. This is case 24-77, and Ms. Penn, you can go ahead and have a seat right there. And Mr. Armstrong is here with us on Zoom. Okay, just bringing up my electronic court file here. Okay, are both of you ready to go ahead with this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Go.
Mr. Armstrong, you ready to? Okay. All right. Can I have you both raise your right hands, please? And do you both swear that the testimony you give in this case will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes. All right, thank you. Okay, same procedures
yes, I know.
before. Ms. Penn, you get to go first. Keep in mind that everything that you previously filed in this case is already part of the record, and I'm familiar with it.
Okay.
Okay, so go right ahead.
We were in a relationship. There's a history of domestic violence. I was out of the country and on my way traveling home, and he was just blowing up my phone with threatening messages, saying if my house wasn't connected to someone else, he was going to burn it down. He reached out and harassed my neighbors. I don't feel safe. There is a history of domestic violence, a pretty extensive record at that.
Can I ask you, in your petition, you refer to prior domestic violence orders. Are any of those orders still in effect?
No, no, because I was stupid. I came back and was like, oh, I don't need it. And then it would happen again. And he would say, oh, it's not going to happen again. So, I mean, I have photos of bruises all over. He's destroyed my great grandmother's dining table. It's just, it's not safe for me. We have no ties whatsoever.
Okay, is there anything else you want to say in addition to what you've already told me in writing, so to speak?
Not that I could think of.
Okay.
Just.
Okay. Mr. Armstrong,
Yes, Your Honor.
what would you like to tell me?
Okay. She's kind
It's always funny to me what they start with. I think it's very telling. You see that big deep breath that he took right before he started talking? It's so interesting what they start with. What's he going to go after first, you know? And he did that big deep breath. We'll see. Also, somebody want to let Erica know that she is behind, which is okay, but she's behind. And that's okay. I just keep seeing things of what she's talking about, and I'm like, oh, I know where she's now.
contacted me about getting the divorce finalized. Okay. And she asked me, Your Honor, she says, give me $200 so that way you can go half with me, and I'll get the I'll file the divorce. I said, okay. Oh, Your Honor, I had no idea that she was going out of town. I had no idea. Okay. And I to my better judgment, I gave her the benefit of the doubt, and gave her the money. I sent her the money. And I say probably about 2 or 3 weeks, 4 weeks went past, and she never did anything. She never, and come to find out, she went out of town, and I'm pretty sure she used the money to do whatever, and she wasn't living up to her word on that. And not only that, I had purchased a car from her. Okay, I gave her $4,600 for this car, and it was a verbal agreement. Of course, she has a ledger of, I paid her money for this car, and I used the car faithfully. And so something told me to go out there that day, and I went out there, and I went to the courthouse to see if she had filed for the divorce, and come to find out she never did. And I mean, I went past her house. I text the neighbor, we're still pretty cool, and I just asked him about the car. That was it. As far as me threatening her, I will never hurt her or any of her family. Okay. First and foremost. I was upset. Granted, I shouldn't have done that. And
I mean, Erica, it's been a while since I was on vacation, so I need a wax too. So yeah, they dated, but he says they're married. There's a car that he paid for. Oh, love is a many splendid thing. Love lifts us up where we belong. All you need is love. Don't start that again. All you need is love.
apologized to her, and I apologized that same time in frame, when I sent those messages. Anyway, Your Honor, I just, I'm just overwhelmed with, the fact that, I have bent over backwards for her. And I just trying to move on, man.
All right. Unlike other cases I've heard today, there's prior history here between these two parties, and I have seen, because I can check the records, I've seen that there have been prior criminal cases, there have been prior domestic violence orders issued in those cases. I've reviewed, of course, the petition that Ms. Penn filed and the allegations that are in there regarding the threats of harm, some of which she recounts here today. I find that those allegations are credible. I think a reasonable person in Ms. Penn's position would feel threatened by those statements, especially given the overall history that has been described by Ms. Penn and the history that's on record here in the court system. Those acts, those threats to harm the property of Ms. Penn are themselves acts of domestic violence. I'm finding by preponderance of the evidence based on the testimony here today that they occurred, and they provide a basis for issuing the order that Ms. Penn is requesting. And so I'm going to do that. I'm gonna put that order in place for a period of 2 years.
Goodness.
Two years, Judge. 2 years. Yeah, his whole demeanor changed. He's pissed off now, ain't he? It is a weird, ugly mustache. Look in the light, you guys. That's a weird, ugly mustache. Right? Also, this man is the king of fucking weird camera angles. He was started with us at his feet. Maybe he's a foot guy on OnlyFans. I don't know. My hair's afraid of his nose. We're gonna stay over here. We don't want to go in the middle. No, don't make us. No, please, no. Don't make me stay on his face, please, please.
All right, this domestic violence protection order is in effect for the next 2 years from today's date, March 25th, 2026. The court clerk will file that today and you'll both have access to that order.
Oh my
So I
God, I'll
can
be
get
38.
copies.
You can get a copy right now
Oh,
since you're here.
Thank you, Your Honor.
It'll be filed electronically and Mr. Armstrong can get that from the court clerk anytime.
I better have my shit together by the time this expires. Look at his face. That's how I feel too, buddy. Ooh, we got another case. We got one more. Come on, Judgy. Come on, Judgy. That is a new one, right? I actually, though, I think I did make a guy like that in Sims once with facial hair like that. The Sims is where I've seen the majority of my facial hair expansion. That's not true. I mean, most men that I've ever
And
been
then the
with
next
have
case
facial
will be Shannon Roden and Sierra Yeager.
Is that it?
And yes, Mr. Armstrong, you're good to go, sir.
Yeah, you done. You done, son.
And you're Shannon?
Yeah.
Okay. And this is case number 24-78. And Ms. Yeager, can you hear me okay?
And
All right, excellent. Get started here in just a second.
Is her hair braided like she's been to the Caribbean?
Okay, so in this case, Ms. Roden has petitioned for an anti-harassment order against Ms. Yeager. I'm going to swear both of you in, and then Ms. Roden, you can start. So for both of you, raise your right hand, please. And do you both swear that the testimony you give in this case will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I can.
And this,
Okay, her finger's really dirty. Look how dirty her finger is. You guys, is she under a blanket also? Okay, watch her appear from in this blanket fucking cave that she's in.
4-78. And Miss Yeager, can you hear me okay?
And
All right, excellent. Get started here in just a second. Okay, so in this case, Ms. Roden has petitioned for an anti-harassment order against Ms. Yeager. I'm going to swear both of you in, and then Ms. Roden, you can start. So for both of you, raise your right hand, please. And do you both swear that the testimony you give in this case will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
It's both pointer fingers are dyed. I say this as somebody who also has often dirt or like smudges on my body. I live hard, okay? But not that hard. She looks like her cuff of her sleeve is dirty. If I was in court putting that up, you think it's hair dye? But why isn't it on the other fingers? It could also be like smoking tinfoil. It's not even trimming fingers. No. I did a lot of that, Cheryl. Because first of all, you wear gloves when you do that. Second of all, the more shit that you have on your gloves when you're trimming weed, the worse at weed trimming you are. But if you are smoking heroin or something off of tinfoil and it's dirty ass, and yeah, that could do it.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, so Ms. Roden, you get to go first. Go right ahead.
Okay, her dad has been my best friend for like almost 40 years. And I moved in about going on 4 years ago out in Dakota with him. My boyfriend helped him take care of Dad until he passed away. We've been out there almost 4 years and we haven't had any problems whatsoever. About 6 months ago, Ron went to Oregon, which is her dad. He went to Oregon to see his baby's mama and for the weekend or whatnot. And he had a stroke while he was up there or something. And I ended up having to get a ride up to Oregon so that I could drive him home because he couldn't get home himself. And since then, his memory's been really bad. He's dizzy all the time. He didn't go back and forth to the doctors and stuff, but like he's got some dementia or something coming on. So the last 6 months and it's slowly getting worse as for remembering stuff and you know what we talk about, paying bills and stuff like that. Well, Sierra, she hasn't been around. She hasn't been allowed to go out there after Dad died because she steals it from out there. It's been years. After Dad died, she didn't even come out there after her granddad died. She showed up a couple months ago. She shows up about the 1st. Her dad gets paid, whatnot. They do whatever. It's not my business, okay? I don't care. But I had been babysitting for my son for the last month and a half because he'd been having some problems with his wife. So I've been over there and I haven't been at the house much. I come home maybe twice a week or something. And I had just seen some of my stuff hanging out of her bag in the kitchen. So I told you, you read it. I folded it up and I put it on the table. She, let her, that way she could see I had found it. She came in the next morning and she put it in a bag and she took it out to her vehicle. If she hadn't have done that, I would have never even went out to her vehicle and I would have never found all the other stuff that was in there. I have to move anyway. When Ron moved me out there, he told me I wasn't going to have to move again. But because of the way things are going and whatnot, I realized that I have to move. But we live paycheck to paycheck. He works nights. He's been working on trucks. He's got motors pulled out there. We have animals out there. We don't even have the money to move, let alone somewhere to move to. So it's going to take time. And I just don't think that her being there with as much stuff that I took out of her vehicle that was mine. It was ridiculous. It didn't dawn on me that she's had all this time to just randomly go through everything in the house. It didn't dawn on me until we got into her truck. Now, a couple days before this, her dad had asked me about a can of copper that was in his room. I quit going in his room months ago. I quit going in his room. I don't borrow his vehicle or anything because his memory is just so bad that it's always issues. There's always some issue with it. He doesn't believe anything we say anymore. He doesn't feel right because he knows that he's dizzy all the time and they can't find out what's wrong with him. And I get all that. But the way that he's changed the way he treats me, he's been my best friend for almost 35 years. I mean, minus all the stuff that she took, I'm losing my best friend over this. You know what I mean? And I just don't think that having to live with her and be there while I have to leave people at the house because I'm scared to leave the house without somebody being there. I take care of people for a living. I have a gentleman that I take care of. I've had him out there. She's been rude. She's disgusting. She doesn't clean up. We laid new carpet. Her dog peed all over it.
Oh my God.
All right, let me ask you a couple questions here. Is Miss Yeager living there now?
No. She had been, she'd been there for a couple weeks until,
So she left.
but yeah.
So she's living elsewhere.
Yeah. She's been homeless or living out wherever.
So you basically don't want her coming around because
Not while I'm
you're
there.
worried that she's taking stuff.
Not while I'm there. I mean,
Okay.
I got one thing back and that was because somebody had seen it in my house and she had it in town.
Mhm.
And they gave it back to my kid and brought it back to me. And that's because she thought it was jade. And it's actually just a green stone, but they're two dragons that I had in my entertainment center. Well, she took one because she thought it was jade. He brought it back to my kid. My kid brought it back to me. That's the only thing that I've gotten back. She came in and took the Xbox. I'm missing a laptop. I mean, it's.
All right, well, let me hear from Miss Yeager and I'll
Sure.
make a decision, okay? All right, Miss Yeager.
Yeah.
Miss Yeager, would you like to tell me your side of it?
I've been out there for more than just a couple weeks. I've been out there for a couple months actually. And my Aunt Bonnie's the one that put me out there because my dad had a stroke. And I shouldn't be on the streets. The only reason why I haven't even been there is because I got served these papers and I got, told that I couldn't even be at home. The last 10 days, I haven't even known if my dad's even gotten his medication or gotten fed. They cooked in front of my dad, ate the pizza in front of my dad, didn't even offer him anything to eat. My truck has been stolen. I've not gotten a retrieval. My mom has actually literally reported it stolen with the Olympia Police Department and the Tenino Police Department, and it has not been retrieved. So they either sold it for drugs or.
Oh, honey. Oh dear. I'm not really sure that you should be throwing out accusations like that. From afar at first I thought that those were cherry tattoos. But this is what bad meth is like. She ain't clean, and I'm sorry, but I'm probably gonna believe that she probably stole some stuff allegedly. The other lady, while a little bit strung out or like previously strung out look, this is active using right here. Also, an active user is not going to come to the courthouse the way that the other lady did. I find that's interesting to me as well. Especially when they have the option of coming in online. it's just that self-preservation like tactic of like, don't go there. That's where the law is. But this girl is not looking good at all. At all, at all, at all. Green-eyed people, untie your laces.
Or got rid of it some way or another because that's what they do. I have my dog. She she's just a baby. Their dog has literally bit me. I have this scar right here to even prove it. I have paperwork with the hospital in Centralia. Their dog has also bitten my father and my uncle that lives outside the house. It's where my uncle doesn't even come inside the house anymore. Like my dad doesn't get why my uncle doesn't come in the house other than the dog. Yeah, his memory is a little bit messed up, but he drives himself back and forth to my Aunt Bonnie's and back home every weekend. So there is nothing wrong with his memory that bad. All I know is that every time that I would come home, her daughter-in-law, Kimmy, would be stealing my shit. The shit that I did get, I got from her daughter-in-law is stuff. Okay. And if any of her stuff was in there, then she needs to talk to Kimmy about it. Okay. I am the only one that fucking took from Kimmy. I didn't take from her personally. And if I did, I would have given it back. But she broke into my truck and then stole it and then fucking, I don't even know where it's at. So
Ms. Yeager, you've got to watch your language. That's not appropriate court language.
sorry.
Oh my God. The dog bark was so perfectly timed. We have to watch that again.
From her daughter-in-law is stuff. Okay. And if any of her stuff was in there, then she needs to talk to Kimmy about it. Okay. I am the only one that fucking took from Kimmy. I didn't take from her personally. And if I did, I would have given it back. But she broke into my truck and then stole it and then fucking, I don't even know where it's at. So
Ms. Yeager, you've got to watch your language. That's not appropriate court language.
sorry.
Okay, so you're not living in the same place as Miss Roden?
No, I was. But since I got served those papers, I haven't been able to be at home. And they were asked to leave because of the dog. My dad has to have a in-home caregiver, and they can't be there with their animals, especially with how dangerous they are.
All right. All right, thank you.
Yep.
Initially, when this case was filed, I didn't issue an order. I was concerned that there were reasons not to do that. I guess maybe two basic reasons. One is that I didn't think the petition really alleged harassment. I think that the petition alleges another kind of conflict between the parties that has more to do with who's going to be responsible or who's going to have access to dad, who's going to have access to personal property. And, you know, the court in an anti-harassment case can't make those kind of decisions. It's not that kind of case. So I didn't find then when this petition was filed, and I still don't find now that there's harassment going on. There's a different kind of conflict going on, but it's not a harassment issue. So there's nothing that the court can do or order that would be appropriate here. Any dispute that you have over, you know, who's allowed to have access to dad or who's allowed to have access to property, who gets what, those sorts of things have to be resolved in a different way. They can't be resolved like this. So the petition was never granted. There will not be a petition now.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, so that will do it for today.
It certainly will do.
See that?
It certainly will do it for.
Will that?
Will it, Judge?
Okay. All right. I will call her in just a second then.
Where are you going? I don't think we should condone that. Can you imagine? I order you guys to fist fight. That would not be good. I don't know. That whole situation there was weird. I'm not sure I liked it or agreed with what was going on there, but I don't know what else to do in that situation. How quick we got through. Well, it's been an hour and 35 minutes. But how quickly we got. Oh, you still talking, Judge? Hold on.
All right, Flor Hernandez.
What?
Yes.
Right, and Ms. Ortiz Hernandez, when you were not here before, I dismissed your case.
Did they dismiss it?
Yeah, they dismissed it.
Um,
Oh shit! Ah, Jim, shit! Happy birthday! Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, love it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me hit the thank. Thank you so much. Appreciate all your support always. Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Jim. Look at this girl's face. She's looking over there like, you bitch. You ruined this. I'm late because of you. I'm late because of you. That's cute. I like that. I'm gonna maybe make spend some time later making some AI songs. You guys know I like to make AI songs to sing to me. So I'll probably spend some time making some AI songs later. We're not quite done. Let's finish what he says here, and then I think I have one more thing I can put on for us before we call it a night. I don't feel like ending. Oh, fuck. I just hit it. Look at what I did. I went to the beginning. Whatever. Here we go.
Juan Pablo with a temporary restraining order.
Yes.
And did they dismiss it? It was a temporary order that was granted.
But we did email for the
Yeah.
clerks.
You just have to tell us that.
So do you understand what I'm saying?
Well, she doesn't understand because she was given, they served Juan Pablo with a temporary restraining order. And so she was under the understanding that she had court this morning for that.
Yes, court was at 9 o'clock, and when I checked, Mr. Gutierrez was here. We had the interpreters here for the hearing, but no, Ms. Flor Ortiz Hernandez was not here, so the petition was dismissed.
Oh, yeah. Unfortunately, she was given a paper where they circled courtroom number 2, which she has right here. So she's been sitting in courtroom 2 until we called.
Okay, do you have the notice? Or maybe I could just pull it up here.
The notice for.
The notice for the hearing today.
Yeah.
I think it's.
She's been sitting in courtroom 2 the whole time. That's not good. They'll have to reserve
Yeah,
this.
it does say 9 a.m.
And
Does say courtroom 3. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think there's some confusion between her initial, the initial hearing where she asked for the order and today's hearing. So unfortunately, I can't just unwind this. Mr. Gutierrez Martinez was present and he was given notice that the petition was dismissed. So if you still want an order, you're going to have to initiate a new petition.
Okay.
In other words, file again, and explain, what the confusion was so that we know, why it is it's here again.
Okay. All right. I
Yeah.
will make sure
So-
she understands that.
Okay, yeah, stuff like that can happen sometimes if there's confusion, but you can get the case going again.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Judge, she says. Okay, now we're gonna put on a random piece of court that I don't know what it is. I'll probably pre-frame while I'm doing it. Let's go there. This one. This one. Oh, this is a really good one to pick. Oh my goodness. Wow. I'm glad we didn't sit and wait. Jeez. Okay, here we go. This must be an agreement going on the record. I'm going to drink the Dr. Pepper. I'm going to get some ice. Is it better cold? I'm going to get some ice right now.
Is
I'll
Mr.
judge.
Magnuson here too?
Yes, he is appearing for this. Please unmute everybody. Thank you for your patience. One moment here and I'll call the record. The 37th Circuit Court is now in session with the Honorable Brian K. Kirkham presiding. It is Wednesday, March 20, 2024 at 1:33 p.m. This is for case 2023-2719 DS, Tiffany Broman versus Adam Broman.
Good afternoon to everyone. Court will note that this is the time and place set for the revocation of paternity hearing in this matter filed by the defendant. I guess I'll ask Mr. Vroman, are you ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Ms. Vroman, are you ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Mr. Magnuson, the court will note your appearance on behalf of the front of the court. Are you ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Vroman, do you wish to make an opening statement or simply proceed to proofs?
We can simply proceed.
Okay. Ms. Vroman, do you wish to make an opening statement, or you can reserve your opening statement, or you can waive your opening statement?
I'll waive my opening statement.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Magnuson, do you have anything to say?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. With this, Mr. Magnuson, I'll ask, being that you're present, do you wish to, I guess, do the questioning of the parties, or would you rather the court do that?
Sure, I can do that, Your Honor.
Okay, go ahead. Mr. Vroman, what we're going to do is we'll have you raise your right hand, be sworn in, then we'll proceed.
Okay. Sir, do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you are about to give shall be the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Go ahead, Mr. Magnuson.
Sir, you were married to Ms. Vroman on August 23rd of 2015, is that correct?
That's correct.
And the child Tate was born during the marriage, is that correct?
Yes.
And you and she are still technically married, is that correct?
Technically correct.
Okay. Nobody's filed a complaint for divorce, or there's no divorce proceeding in place, is that correct?
Not yet. We had started the proceedings years ago, but we still have to follow through with it.
Okay. At the time of Tate's conception, were you and Ms. Vroman living separately and apart?
Separately, yes.
Okay. Any possibility in your mind, and I know we have further evidence that's come to fruition, but any possibility in your mind based on the facts that you could be the father of this child?
Zero possibility.
Okay. And you brought this motion seeking to essentially disestablish yourself as the legal father of the child?
Correct.
I was not expecting this. I don't know if they ever loved each other, Erica. Also, I have poured my first ever glass of Dr. Pepper. I am turned off immediately by the smell. I don't know why. I don't like it. But I will get past that. Also, is her head a weird shape? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate it. Bree, happy birthday to me. Thank you very much. Is her head weird shaped? Is my question. Is my head weird shaped? Maybe it's all of our heads. Maybe it's all of our heads, Paisley. Okay. No. Let's just listen to this for a minute. Also, I'm gonna have to make this into a video later because we don't often hear this. Like, I want to not be the dad, but I am not the father. Yeah, let's hit play. No, I'm not gonna chug it. I'm gonna sip it and try it. Breathe. Oh God. You guys are hilarious. What a fun day.
Okay. And you and Tate have no relationship or anything like that?
No.
Thank you. I have nothing further.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Froman, do you have any questions of defendant?
I do not.
Okay, thank you. Just to confirm, Mr. Vroman, I know Mr. Magnuson was being very delicate in his questioning of you, and unfortunately I have to be more direct in this matter. When you stated that at the time of conception you were separated, at the time of conception, had you and did you engage in any sexual relations with the plaintiff?
No, Your Honor.
And if you recall, when was the last date that you recall that you had sexual relations with the?
A judge is the freak, and he wants to know. He wishes he could take a peek into your bedroom. If you could go ahead and tell me in the most explicit detail possible when the last time you two touched sexually. Wait, like, what is going on here? I don't understand. Usually they ask if you've been pregnant, but usually they're not trying to undo it. Maybe what if he's like, what if he says, okay, this is interesting. What if he's like, we have a loveless marriage, Your Honor. We never fucked. Like when I'm so confused. But I guess those are the questions they might ask in a divorce. Like, when was the last time you boned? What if one person was like, no, we did. Like, we did it last week. Compared to like the other person's like, no, we've never. Then the judge has to make a judgment call. A judgment call?
Plaintiff.
It's been greater than 5 years ago.
Okay, thank you. With that, Mr. Magnuson, do you have any additional questions as a result of the court's questioning?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. Vroman, do you have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Mr. Magnuson, do you wish to inquire of Ms. Roman in this matter?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, Ms. Roman, we'll have you raise your right hand, be sworn in, and then we'll proceed.
Ma'am, do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you are about to give shall be the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Go ahead, Ms. Magnuson, whenever you're ready.
Ma'am, you
Bree, I just mean literally a judgment call, like when the judge has to sit there and go, who am I going to believe? Also, 5 years pregnant wouldn't be good. Here we go. I can't think about it too much. This is Dr. Pepper. I'm going to try it for the first time in my life. I don't like it. It's not busy enough. No. I'm sorry. No. There's something wrong with that. I don't think it's bad though. Of course. No worries, Bree. We're always answering questions around here. Plus, I'm a little crazy. And I'm trying Dr. Pepper for the first time. Look, I'm going back to it, but I'm wearing a Coke shirt. Why is my Dr. P flat? I don't know. I just poured it. It's got... I mean, I'm hearing it. Yeah, there's fizz in there, and I just poured it. But it's certainly not holding its fizz like some of my other pops would. Just, I don't know if it's my thing. Try with some spiced rum. It shouldn't be flat. It should be fizzy, like much fizzier than this. Like, yeah, we should be getting fizzier than that, right? Why is it so freaking... That's so weird. But like, this is not flat. But that's not super fizzy either. Yeah, because I don't like flat pop. And we call it pop around here. Oh man, you know what would be yummy for dinner? Pasta. Okay, fine. I'll taste it right out of here. I don't like it. It's flat though. There's something wrong with the bottle. Where did I get this bottle of Dr. Pepper? I'm not sure if I bought it or if it was sent to me. I can't remember. All right.
are the mother of Tate Lesher, is that correct?
Yes.
And Tate was conceived and born during your marriage to Mr. Vroman, is that correct?
Yes.
And you heard the court's questioning of Mr. Vroman as to the timeline of your sexual activity with him. Did you hear that?
Yes, I did.
And was his answer correct? Would you agree with what he indicated?
Yes, about 2017.
Okay. Any possibility in your mind that he could be the father of the child?
No.
And he doesn't maintain a relationship or hasn't maintained a relationship with Tate, is that correct?
Right. No, sir.
Okay. And there is no divorce pending, or there's been no divorce filed in this case, be correct?
Correct.
Who is...
Damn. It is still within date. It expires June 3rd, 2024. We do have the Peeps, Dr. Pepper Peeps. We'll note that this is in a creepy serving. They categorize the servings here in chicks. I will not be eating an entire 5 chick serving, I'll have you know. I will possibly eat half of a chick, but the pop isn't popping. It's not popping. It was not popping. Really, it wasn't. It's like, you know, when you get bad fountain pop and the machine is just like the soda's off, the ratio's off. The soda's off, there's a ratio problem. You know what I'm talking about? That's disappointing to me. Okay. Peeps. Okay, they have the same smell as the pop. The exact same somewhat off-putting smell as the pop. Exactly. What is that smell? That is not a pop smell that I have ever attributed to a pop. Yeah, do you think top half or bottom half? I don't, first of all, I think, is it cherry flavor? Is that what it is? That's a bad face. I do not like that. Yeah, top one, bottom two. How do you think I'm going to eat it? I think you guys think I'm going to conform. And that's not how I was going to eat it in half anyway. Unless, okay. Okay, well, here we go. There we go. Hold on. 1/5 of a serving, which is this heap. It came in the package this way. There it is, like that. You see? I want to, I was going to eat it. I'm going to eat it the way I was going to eat it. I'm not changing myself for anybody. Now that I'm 36, I can eat Peeps the way I want to eat Peeps. I don't really want to eat Peeps, but I'm going to because they were sent to me. That should be a great lesson for anybody. Send me something, I will eat it. All right. I left the head. Immediately. I am immediately at a campfire eating a marshmallow. I only like burnt marshmallows. I like diamond marshmallows. I don't like the middle part of marshmallows. I don't like the goo. Well. Woo! Why is that hard? Texture is hard for me. I know the texture. Immediately upon eating it, I'm like, no, this is no head. Sounds like your ex. Doesn't sound like me. I like head. I suck more dick than I eat marshmallows. Let's put it that way. Let's just say this. I like this better than the Dr. Pepper. We'll say that. I like the Peep version of it better than Dr. Pepper. I can't tell you that I know what a regular Peep tastes like as well. I could tell you that I know what it feels like to eat because it feels like that. But I don't know. Like marshmallows, exactly, Alana. I like marshmallows as a like encapsulation method of food, mostly Rice Krispie treats, right? And a s'more, a good s'more once in a while at a fire in the summer. Has to be dark, has to be 9 o'clock at night-ish. You have to have had a barbecue that day or be cooking over a campfire. You have to be a little bit maybe salty or like wet from whatever. And sorry, I'm noticing there's somebody at my door. I thought it might be more gifts. Let's just play this while they decide that their child is not theirs or whatever.
The father of Tate.
Austin Lesher.
Who? What? Where? What?
Are you willing? Who is the father of Tate?
Austin Lesher.
Are you willing to cooperate with our office if necessary to establish paternity of Austin Lesher as Tate's father?
Yes, we were waiting for these court documents to apply for Social Security and birth certificate.
Thank you. I have nothing further, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Any additional witnesses that you have, Mr. Vroman, or not?
Nope.
Ms. Vroman, do you have any witnesses?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Vroman, do you wish to make a closing argument?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Vroman?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Magnuson? Well, probably, Mr. Magnuson, we should just get the DNA report admitted.
I would, yes, Your Honor, I would move for the admission of the, I believe it's dated January 2nd of 2024. It's the genetic test report.
Okay. Mr. Vroman, do you have any objection to the admission of that DNA report?
No objection, Your Honor.
Ms. Vroman, do you?
No.
Okay. Court will admit the DNA report dated January 2nd, 2024, showing a 0% probability of paternity, signed by William Sun, PhD, Lab Director of DNA Diagnostic Center. With that, you have any argument or anything, Mr. Magnuson?
Just, Your Honor, I believe that the court's been provided with clear and convincing evidence that Mr. Vroman is not the father of this child, could not possibly be the father of this child, and I would ask the court to so find.
Okay, thank you. Well, the court has heard the testimony in this matter. It's clear that the child in this matter, Tate Lesher, was in fact conceived during the marriage. However, based upon the testimony of both parties, in this case, Mr. Vroman testified that the last sexual activity he had with the plaintiff was 5 years ago. She testified that the last would have been in 2017.
I just hear a judge say sexual and my brain's like, bam, up as fast as I can. I will try the other two candies. We have more, Judge Kirkham. Don't worry, guys. We could be here all night, really. I want to try it. I'm interested in this one. Hot and salted. Ooh, but I got myself a ginger ale, which is, I think, is delicious. And then what is this one? Paper milk candy wafer, and the white part is edible, so I'll be eating that in a minute. Thank you again for the birthday gifts. Thank you everyone for hanging out with me for my birthday. This is probably the biggest birthday party I've had in a long time. I'm hosting it myself. Oh, I should have bought a cake. Somebody remind me next year we should all have cake at our house for my birthday.
And that both of the parties testified that the defendant did not engage in or have any relationship with Tate whatsoever in this matter. The court has notes that we have admitted the DNA test report of January 2nd, 2024, which shows a 0% probability of paternity in this matter. As a result, the court is firmly and clearly convinced that, in fact, the defendant is not the biological father of Tate Lesher in this matter. And as a result, the court will enter an order determining the child was born out of wedlock and not issue of this marriage. With that, Mr. Vroman, is there anything else?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Vroman?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Magnuson.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. I'll tell the parties if you wish. Court will take care of this order once we complete the case here today. And if you wish to have copies of the order, you can go to the Circuit Court Clerk's office and get a certified copy, which you'll probably need, Ms. Vroman, as you proceed, as you stated you were going to. Okay?
I was
Okay,
thinking
thank
about
you.
titling Judge.
Free to go. Have a good day.
You as well.
I was thinking about titling that one, Judge, I am not the father, exclamation mark. And then maybe down at the bottom, like, Mom, he's not the father, or something like that. That's what I was thinking, but you know me, just a fucking YouTuber. Let me get another one here. Another one. Another one. Too long. Another one. Another one. I gotta remember what that one is though. Aw, your daughter made you a cake for your birthday. That's sweet. My daughter and I are going out shopping on probably either tomorrow or Wednesday for my birthday. Like to hang out. That's what we do. Oh, jeez. Sad little room. I could make a cake tonight, I guess. It's not that. I don't want a cake. Oh my goodness. Is she here for not paying her child support?
Just one moment, Jeff. The 37th Circuit Court is now in session with the Honorable.
It's actually not in session yet. The Honorable Paisley KCC presiding. This is now a milk candy wafer. La Molienda. That's what this is. Oh, okay. So oh, there we go. Here we go. Okay, I'm going to take a bite of this. It's very soft. I don't know if it's supposed to be soft. And I'm supposed to eat the white part. I like the smell of this a lot better than the Dr. Pepper stuff. It smells very plain, like rice paper. A little bit like rice paper. Okay. Very soft bite. Might just be sugar. Is it just sugar? I think it's just sugar. They have milk sugar in the wafer. Pretty good. Very sweet. Holy shit. Cool. But absolutely no alternative like texture. I don't know if the rice cracker is supposed to be ricier. You know, this flew from Texas. So I don't know. And then this one I'm a little scared of. Pulparindo. Do you have these CRD loves tea? You're in Texas too, right? I think you're in Texas. Pulparindo. I've also been really liking the gum that you got me. Okay, let's just. Oh, this is like a. Okay, no, we're gonna play and then we'll.
Brian K. Kirkin presiding. It is Wednesday, March 20, 2024 at 8:32 a.m.
Good morning, Mr. Chapman.
Good morning, Your Honor.
You can proceed when you're ready.
Thank you. Before the court is Angel Sager of case 222035 DC. Ms. Sager is here today after failing to appear before this court on February 21st of 2024. Bond is currently set at $603. This is the third bench warrant. She reports no employment. Last payment made on this account, and only payment made on this account, was a $50 bond forfeiture. That was in September of 2023. Front of the court recommends that a reasonable bond be set on this matter and it be scheduled for hearing on March 27th, 2024 at 8:00 a.m. before this court.
Ms. Sagers, you're before the court charged with civil contempt of court due to your failure to appear at a prior hearing. As a result of your failure.
Did the chili, so yoga pants, do you eat the white paper on the chili mango one too? Or does that paper come off? Or is that also paper? This looks more plasticky to me. I feel like this one I should take off. Pulparindo. I like the name. Pulparindo. Would you like some pulparindo? Yeah, kids often love the heat. Don't eat that paper. Okay, good. Pulparindo. Pulparindo. What is that? I don't even know what that is. I was all fucking up on. It's like fruit roll-up paper. Yeah, it is. Oh, now I want fruit roll-ups. That squeak. The paper, you know the squeak I'm talking about? The fruit roll-up squeak? Oh. Whoa. I just had a little reaction there. It's weird. I'm not usually into ASMR. It's because when I think about it, it's not even when I hear it. It's when I think about it again. Anyways. Okay. So we're going to try this now. I've taken a small piece of pulparindo. Fuck it, dropped it. It's so classy, baby. I like the texture better. Woo! Oh! Ooh, fun. I like that. Oh, I like that a lot. Mmm. Yum. Yummy. That tastes like tea. Crunchy, sugary, salty, sweet. I like that one. Ooh. Ooh. I like it. Yum. Not spicy, but good. Whoa. Whoa. Now I'm going to have to find a source for these. Mmm. So good. It's still yummy in my mouth. Oh my God. Mmm. Oh, I really like that. And I'm savoring it. Because I'm like, oh, you're going to have to save that until you find more. I'm sure we have a Mexican grocery store around here. Right? She asks. Because I'm going to eat that all today. I can already tell. Damn it, this is so yummy. Oh my God.
To pay child support. The purpose of this hearing is to set a bond that would assure your attendance at the next hearing on March 27, 2024 at 8:00 a.m. You will get notice of that in writing. Are you able to post a bond, ma'am?
No, sir.
Okay. Well, court does note that it is your third bench warrant, and court will note as well that you've never made a voluntary payment other than the bond forfeiture. So the court is taking that into consideration. And as a result, I am going to reduce your bond in hopes that you could be released pending that hearing. I'm going to set your bond in the amount of $300. If you're able to post that, you'd be able to be released. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, thank you. We'll see you back on the 27th, and you have a good day.
You too.
I have one bench warrant for the record, if I may.
Okay.
Derek Conine of case 99778 DP failed to appear before referee Snyder. Front of the court requests that a bench warrant issue in this matter pursuant to statute.
Court would enter a bench warrant for Mr. Conine as a result of his failure to appear before his referee hearing. The court would set his bond in the amount of 25% of the outstanding arrears or $500, whichever is greater. And further, the court would assess court costs of $150.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Oh my God. I love these candies. I gotta look them up. I must find them. And thank you so much. And next. Also, we have a lot of different translations. Jonathan is amazing. We have many hundreds of different commands. And if you want your own command, just let us know what you wanted to say or ask for an idea. We have really clever people here. They can usually come up with something pretty good. And we have hundreds upon hundreds. One of my favorites, exclamation mark, gobble. We're going to have to put in pulparindo. Paisley like pulparindo.
You too.
All right. We'll see you later, Jeff.
See you, Jesus.
Okay, so let's do the Brown case first. Please unmute, sir.
Okay.
Plaintiff is
I'm a
on
man,
top.
but yeah, that's fine.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, loud and clear. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for your patience. So this is case 2023-2336 DM Cheryl Brown versus Lamont Brown. It is Wednesday, March 20, 2024 at 8:35 a.m. Plaintiff is attending via telephone.
Good morning.
Lamont is where we all want to be, on the fucking beach. Also, here we go. We have here, he has not only a background, but he has a moving background. Also, I looked it up. I can put those pulparindos on my Amazon wish list. These are the mango kind that I have here. And it's the kind I like. Oh, perfect. Can put those on the list too. Woo! Candy by De La Rosa. Add to the list. Now, here's the thing. I've gotten recent word that a lot of the things I'm allowed to add to my wish list on Amazon.ca cannot be shipped to me. Now, why would they do that? I don't know. That's really fucking stupid. But I also just put things on there so I don't forget. And so they're now on the list because they're delicious. I'll also be looking for a place in town to buy them.
Morning to both of you.
Oh,
Morning.
hold on. I'll dip so we can see his waves.
Wednesday, March 20, 2024 at 8:35 a.m. Plaintiff is attending via telephone.
Good morning to both of you.
Good morning, sir.
Court notes that we were back in court previously on February 5, 2024. Court will note that the appropriate paperwork was submitted, but there was a front of the court objection on March 12, 2024. I'll ask Ms. Brown, have you addressed that objection and resubmitted the paperwork to the front of the court?
Good morning. Yes, I have.
Okay, thank you. What happens is, unfortunately, they're behind, so it's taking a little bit of time to see if again on the second approval, because they are so backed up. But what we'll do is, being that it was a limited, ma'am, how many objections did they have? Do you recall?
The last one was just on one form.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
What we'll do is we'll check with them. If it was submitted on the 12th, well, that's when they objected. When did you resubmit that?
That's when they objected. The last submission was on Monday, this Monday, the 18th, the last
Okay.
submission.
We'll give them probably
Hi,
about a week, and then we'll try to track it down and see if we can.
Come back soon. We miss you. Bye.
Get them to move that up and see if, again, the objection's addressed. If they do, then we can maybe expedite this, but we will track it down and hopefully get the approval. And if we get the approval, then we'll be able to enter the judgment at that time. So I'm not going to reset this for another hearing because if they approve it, then there won't be any need for that. And I don't want to drag you both back when you may not need to be here. Okay.
I have one question.
Sure.
Judge Kirkland. When they approve it, will I get notified? Well, when we get the response, hoping it's approval, will we get notified by the FOC representatives?
Yes, yeah. They'll send you, just like they send you an objection form, they'll send you an approval form saying it's approved. And then once they approve it within a day or so, we'll have it entered at that time.
Okay.
Okay.
After that, is there anything else that I need to do?
Nope, nothing else that you need to do at this point.
Okay.
Okay. Mr. Brown, do you have any questions?
Yeah, just so I'm clear. So once it's approved, the notification will be sent to Cheryl that it's approved. And then you said it'll be entered into the system within a day or so. So then it'll just be what, a letter in the mail telling me that this is complete?
Well, what's going to happen is because she'll get back her copies of the judgment and all that, and then she'll have to serve you with a copy of the final paperwork because she is the plaintiff, and so she'll have to send you copies of everything.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. Yes, sir. Thank you.
And then once you get those and you see that my signature's on, then the divorce is complete at that point. You are divorced.
Okay.
Okay? Okay, thank you both, and you're free to go. Have a good day, and hopefully we can get this expedited.
He's already on the
All right.
beach.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate
Thanks.
it.
You did better because you did get.
Yep. Let's move on here to our scheduling.
Oh, scheduling? No, I don't think we will because we've already watched it. I made a video of it. I knew that was familiar. So funny. You guys, I can't believe it. It's been 2 hours, 22 minutes, and almost 22 seconds. I'm not going to be able to finish in exactly that amount of time, but that'd be cool, wouldn't it? Anyways, I want to thank everybody for spending my birthday with me. It meant a lot. And I've had such a blast. Thank you so much. It's seriously been amazing. I have found new candies that I like to try. I have gotten new glasses that I can't fit on my face properly. I have gotten lovely gifts in the PP and super chats. Thank you guys so much for that. It's been a really fun day. If you're just getting here and you didn't get to watch it, I would go back and rewatch it. It was a fun party. We had a great party. Thank you all for putting me in a really nice mood and for being here. You guys know I love hanging out with you, and this is just a blast. So I hope that you guys all have a wonderful evening. I'm going to make a video tonight too. Got to keep up my hard work. Got to get the channel growing. I love you guys so much. I really, really do. You guys mean the world to me, and I enjoy doing this every single day. That's why I keep coming back. It is a blast to be able to share and do all these different things with you guys. And I look forward to many more birthdays together, and celebrating your birthdays too. It's going to be great. Listen, please remember that I love you. I am proud of you, and I will see you in the next video. And deal with it. Bye. No, fucking wrong one, Paisley. Yeah, that's right. No more bets. No more bets because we're out. I'm gonna play it one more time so that it's proper, and then we're going. I love you guys. As the bye.